Alright, hey guys, welcome to part 7 of this 3D Minecraft programming series. In this video, we're going to be continuing with the chunk loading thingy, okay, for the other 3 sides. And yeah, so let's get started with that. So as you can see right now, if we go up, or like, let me just refresh. If we keep going this way, decreasing the z-axis, because the z-axis increases that way, decreases this way. If we keep going this way, the chunks load and we get moving, and the chunks over there disappear. But if we move in the other sides, and if we try to move over here, you can see they don't load and we just fall off. Okay, so that's what we're going to program in this video, the other 3 sides, and yeah, let's get going. It's actually quite easy. We pretty much have to copy this and change some numbers. So yeah, let me just copy that. So yeah, this is so far we've programmed like if the camera is that way, okay, so going this way, decreasing z, like I said. Now we're going to do increasing z, so this way, okay. So if the camera dot z, camera to position dot z is bigger or equal to the highest z block minus 20, okay, and later we're going to like change these 20s and stuff into like kind of ratio or proportional values. So like it's going to be proportional to the chunk size and stuff, okay, so not just 20. So yeah, so what do we do? So we're over here, and in the last video we programmed us going this way. Now we're going to program us going this way. So we have to eliminate 0, 3, and 6 and add on to 2, 5, and 8. So remove blocks. If I modulus render distance is equal to 0, so 0, 3, 6, both of all those 3 are divisible by 0. If you want me to prove it to you, you can see console 0 modulus 3, 0, 3 modulus 3, 0, 6 modulus 3, okay, because they're all multiples of 3, okay. So yeah, so after that we have to keep, so we deleted these, now we have to keep these chunks. So var I is equal to so if I modulus 0 is not equal to render distance, then yeah, okay, that's quite easy. Basically we want to put all the chunks, so 1, 2, this one, this one, this one, and this one, into the new chunks array, okay, and then in that order, okay, and then the reason why we did if I modulus render distance is not equal to 0 is because we don't want to put these, okay. So yeah, now since we're going to do it over here, we're going to have to put var lowest x but highest z, okay. So remember in the last one we put lowest z, this time highest z, and same with this, highest z block. And then so var x is equal to lowest x, yeah, okay, so this part's fine. We have to change the z, so it's going to remove this, put var z is equal to the highest z plus 5, okay. So like like let's say over here, let's say this is the highest z over here, this one right over here, it is the highest z. So let's say this is the highest z. We want to start from a block after that, so that's plus 5 pixels, so yeah. And then z should be smaller than highest z plus 5, and then plus chunk size times 5, so plus a whole new chunk, okay, and then z equals to z plus 5. Then yeah, we're done with this part. And now new chunks dot splice, we want to add it to the 2, 5, and 8. So this is tricky, so I'm gonna put, so we're gonna somehow relate 0, 1, and 2, which is I, okay, in this case 0, 1, and 2, to 2, 5, and 8. How do we do that? We could just say I times 2 plus 2. Does that work? I times 2, so 0 times 2 is 0 plus 2, that's 2. 1 times 2, oh no, sorry, that doesn't work, never mind. Oh, sorry, times render distance. So, yeah, so 0 times 3 in our case, sorry, in my case, 0 times 3 is 0, plus 2 is 2. 1 times 3 is 3 plus 2 is 5. 2 times 3 is 6 plus 2 is 8. So that works. Now the last part is over here. We have to put the newest chunks, so 2, 5, and 8. If I plus 1, is it? If I plus 1 modulus render distance is equal to 0, then yeah. Yeah, alright, so let's see if this works. So, the previous video, we did this, okay, so that works. In this video, so far we coded this, and that works fine. Alright, okay, and you can see the back is also disappearing. Yeah, alright. So, yeah, now to program the side ones, okay? So, as you can see right now, if I go side, I just fall off. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. Copy this, paste it. Now instead of camera.z, we're going to do camera.x. And one more thing, like the x position increases that way and decreases that way, okay? And right now we're going to program it for that side, so x position increasing. So if camera.x is bigger or equal to the highest x block minus 20, minus 20, then, so we want to add 6, 7, 8 and delete 0, 1, 2. Oh, that's quite easy. All we have to do is we just have to remove if I yeah, what we could do is we could just do I should be smaller than render distance, so it goes to 0, 1, 2, and then yeah, it doesn't go anymore because 3 is our render distance, or my render distance, and we don't want to exceed 3 or equal to 3, so just go to 0, 1, 2, and then yeah, then we can just delete these, this if statement. Yeah, so now it's just going to remove 0, 1, 2. Yeah. Alright, now the new chunks, 3, blah blah blah. We can just start this at render distance, and yeah, it's quite easy. This side, yeah. Now we have to add the blocks. This might get a bit tricky. Let's see. We have to do highest x because it's all over there, highest. And we also have to do lowest z because we're going to start from there, so lowest z. Alright, now I'm actually going to swap x and z, so I'm going to delete this, same with this, and at the top in the outside array, sorry, in the outside for loop, not the one that's inside, the one that's outside, that's the for loop that's going to have the z, so var z is equal to highest z, sorry, lowest z, yeah, lowest z. This is kind of tricky. Var z is equal to lowest. I have to check something. Okay. Alright, okay. So var z is equal to the lowest z, and now plus 5, okay? Because again, we're gonna start from the block after, so lowest z plus 5. That's like over here or something. Sorry, no, never mind. It's just equal to lowest z, yeah, because it's going to start in the same level as the lowest z, okay? And then z should be smaller than the lowest z. z should be smaller than the lowest z plus I times, oh sorry, yeah, so over here, plus I times chunk size times 5, okay? Because we're going to start from 6, imagine each 6, 7, 8, they're like 50 pixels, 50 blocks wide, okay? So if we start from 0, 0, which is the lowest z, plus 0 times chunk size times 5, all of that is just 0, but then if I is equal to 1, in the next iteration, this value will be equal to 50, then it will be equal to 100, okay? Now, z should be smaller than this thing, and then plus chunk size times 5, because plus another chunk, and then z is equal to z plus 5. Then for this, it's quite simple. Var x is equal to the highest x, yep, plus 5, and then x should be smaller than the highest x plus 5 plus chunk size times 5, and then x is equal to x plus 5, okay? So that's quite simple. So yeah, and then after this we also have to do this part. So we want to we want to add 6, 7, and 8, right? So new chunks.splice, how do we change 0, 1, 2 into 6, 7, 8? What we could do is chunks.length minus render distance minus I. Okay, let's see if this works. So chunks.length in our case is 9. 9 minus render distance is 3 minus 0, so 9 minus 3, that's 6. Okay, perfect. Now 9 minus 3 minus 1, that is 9 minus 3 minus, that is 9 minus 3 minus, so 3 minus 1 is 2, 9 minus 2 is 7, and then the last one is 8, so it does work. Alright, now the last one, we will just want to update the latest chunks. So if what we could do is we could just start the for loop at chunks.length minus render distance. Yeah, so it starts from 6 and then and then we can just delete this. Alright, and then yeah, I think this will work. Let's see. Unexpected token 393. Oh yeah, right. So I should be smaller than chunks.length and I plus plus. Alright, let's see if this works. Go over here. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Now we have to code that side, and after that I might make it a bit more efficient. So just copy this. Now with camera.x, so this is smaller, so this is decreasing, then the lowest x block plus 20. And then, so we want to eliminate 0, 1, and 2, or we can just, we want to add 0, 1, 2, eliminate 6, 7, 8, so remove blocks. I should be smaller, var I is equal to chunks.length minus render distance. I should be smaller than chunks.length. And then, we can just, okay. And then the newest chunks, I should be equal to 0. And then it should stop at chunks.length minus render distance. So it's going to go up to 5. Alright, and now we have to do the lowest x. So lowest x and the lowest z. And then we can just do var z. Is the z correct? The z, so z is correct, that's fine. But then the x, we have to make it the lowest x. Minus 5 minus chunk size, right? Times 5. Okay, so we want to start from So let's say this is the lowest x minus 5, and then that minus chunk size. Sorry, minus a whole chunk. Okay? So, yeah. Now we can, so we're over here. X should be smaller than, x should just be smaller than the lowest x. And then x is equal to x plus 5. Now, you guys, never mind, it should just be this. So, it should just be lowest x minus chunk size times 5. And then x should be smaller than the lowest x. And yeah, after this, we can just do, over here, we want to add 0, 1, and 2. So, we can just say I, okay? And then, for var I is equal to 0, I should be smaller than render distance, and then I++, and yeah, okay. Let's see if this works. Perfect. Alright, okay, so no errors. Now we can move in every direction. Yep. And same with this one. Okay, and same with this one. Yeah. And now we can just move wherever we want. And in the next video, I'm actually gonna find a way to make the performance better, so use less of the CPU. And the way we're gonna do that is actually make the make the program more efficient. And the way we're gonna do that is, like, you see these faces, these textures. What we're gonna do is we're gonna actually remove some of the faces when they can't be seen. Okay, so like this block right over here and this block, they have two faces over here, right? So this block has one face over here, this block has one face over here, but I can't even see that. So what's the point of rendering that, right? And that rendering, it actually decreases the performance. And imagine how many we have over here, like all of these blocks. They're faces that can be seen, so what's the point of rendering them, right? So yeah, so that's what we're gonna do in the next video. And now I can just make the program more efficient, but with these for loops, without these if statements. So we can say, so in this one, we want to add to 2, 5, and 8, right? So we want to display 2, 5, and 8. Instead of doing this if statement and going through each block, that actually wastes time and makes the CPU do more tests. So we want to eliminate that, and we can just say var I is equal to, how do we do this? Var I is equal to the render distance minus 1, that's 2 over here, okay? Then I should be smaller than chunks dot length minus 1, that's 8, and then I is equal to I plus render distance. Okay, simple. So now we don't need any for loops. So basically, I starts from there. I is increasing by 3 in my case. Maybe in your case, your render distance is 4. In that case, this would be 6, then this would be 10, then this would be 14. So that's that. And now same with this. We have to deal with these guys, 0, 3, and 6. So we can just say var is, let me just remove this if statement. And then I should be smaller than chunks.length minus render distance. That's 6 over here in our case. If this was 16, so 16 minus 4 is 12. Yeah, okay. Never mind. And where were we? Yeah, over here. I is equal to I plus render distance. Okay, so it starts from 0, then plus 3, and stops over there. Okay, so now it should be the same thing. Let's just check. Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, something definitely happened over here. So something happened. I think I made a mistake over here in this place. Okay, so let's just see what it did. I should be smaller. Oh yeah, right. I should be just smaller than chunks on length. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Yeah, so it's the same thing, but yeah, but you probably can't notice the lag change, like how much that changed, but the computer definitely did. It has to do less calculations. Oh, well, something happened over here too. Okay. So that's when I move forward. Let's see. I should be smaller than chunks.length. I should be I is equal to 0, I is equal to 3. Oh, sorry. And then plus 1. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, alright. So that works fine. This side works fine. This side works fine too. How about this side? Yep, works fine. And yeah, this side works fine too. So yeah, mission is accomplished, and like I said, in the next video, we're going to be making the performance better, and we're going to remove some of the faces that we can't see. And yeah, not only some of the faces, all the faces that we can't see. And yeah, without further ado, see you guys in the next video.